So we're here for an 8-4 MSS draft. We have an interesting pack here. Hero of Oxide Ridge is a fine card, but he's best in constructed. Um, where his ability makes more, his lack of toughness is not as much an issue because he gets in for those major turns for Boros. But given that he's worth more than a pack by himself, if we're looking to draft going infinite, it's best to pick up cards like this that hedge our bets against losing the whole draft. Now, the card I'd probably want to take in this pack would probably be either Fangren Marauder, Divine Offering, or Vidalcan Anatomist. But I'll be fine taking a $7-8 card. Wow. Okay. Spine of Ishaw is pretty insane. Not insane. It's really solid in any controlling deck, especially if you can find a way for a sacrifice outlet, such as Rusted Slasher, which you also see right there. So we're gonna take the spine here. We're gonna keep our eye out for sacrifice effects. We're not gonna pick them over good cards, but if we see any, that'll push us over the edge towards them. That's the first time I've actually seen it in draft, but I've had it played against me multiple times when opponents have had sacrifice outlets, and it's been an absolute nightmare. The game's over within 2 or 3 turns usually. Okay, here, nothing too exciting for me. We're looking to play control deck at least. That's my favorite style of deck. Hero of Oxide Ridge is not great in a control deck, but he's still not horrible either. He's like an ogre with haste, battle cry, a special ability that has one less toughness, which is not the worst. Radiant Claw is a great card, but it's usually best in an aggressive deck or a deck with big creatures. I guess it could be good controller. Copper Carapace is also a good aggro card. Cryptoplasm is a nice card. I've played with it in real life. I haven't played with it online yet, though. I'd like to try it out. Blue is good with control decks, so let's go. Okay, so here we have another setup. Nothing in color that I'm really that interested in. This guy's great, but he's you need to be heavy and white and aggro for him to be at his best. Spire Serpent's a good blocker, but I'm not totally committed to blue or any color yet, so I like to think I'd stick with the artifacts here. So I think the question here is Mirror or Pierce Strider for me. Vivisection is a good card too, and this is a good sideboard card. I've never seen this card played at all. I think Mirror is the best bet right now. It's a good blocker for control decks, and it works well with Vivisection if we can pick another one up later. But I don't want to move into a color before I know what else I'm going to get. Okay, the best card in this pack is probably Morbid Plunder. Followed by, I'd say, Plague Mirror, then followed by Hexplate, Flare Husk, and Tangled Mantis. I'll always welcome a mirror here. None of these. This is a double black card, so you have to be pretty heavy in black to get it. We certainly could move into it, but this is the only sign we've seen for it so far, so I just think we'll stay on colorless for now. Okay, well, this is interesting. That's a late Divine Offering, but there's also a Treasure Mage. That's late Blight Widow as well. Wow. So either this pack was stacked or white, green, and blue are open. The Treasure Mage would be nice because we can pick up our Spine of Ishaw. This is the only green card I've seen. We've seen though, and there's also the Rusted Slasher there. I'm thinking we'll go with the Divine Offering. Actually, the Treasure Mage sounds. We're already on blue. Let's see if we can stick with blue. Okay, so it seems that white is open as well. I mean, this guy's a fine card in aggressive and control decks. As a defender, he's a good blocker because he trades most anything. Gore Vassal's kind of weird. I'm not a big fan of him. I think we'll just pick up a quarter paladin here. I'm not a big fan of Mirren Spy, but he's certainly not unplayable. Okay, so there's a Vivisection, which would go great with our Mirror Sire. It's not a bad card in blue-white. Spire Serpent's okay, but there's enough big guys in the next two packs. I'm not worried about it. I think we'll pick up Vivisection here. Interesting. Pistis Strike, Flincermite. Flincermite's probably the best card in this pack, but or actually Clotha Ringleader than Flincermite. We could be in red, so I guess we'll keep our options open. I don't want to play this guy ever. He's certainly not unplayable, but he's pretty close. Okay, that's kind of weird. This guy's a big dinosaur. He's really hard to kill. There's only a few cards that kill him, like Spread the Sickness, Go for the Throat. Beyond that, besides rares, he's really hard to kill. Green could be open, or people could just not recognize his power. I don't want to take any of the other cards, really, so we'll just stick with this for here. See if green is actually open. Next pack. Guess Gore Vassal as a expensive Fume Spitter. I don't play Time Strike ever, really. I don't know if it could come in use as a sideboard. I don't think this will be useful. I don't see that being useful, so we'll just rare draft it there. Here's another 6-drop. Or we can get a sacrifice outlet for our artifacts. I think we'll get a sacrifice outlet. Foil land, we'll take that. Actually, that's not really good, but hey. Okay, so we're probably in blue. So we're either blue-white or blue-red for the most part, with the possibility of being green, though it's unlikely. Looks like white's pretty open here. Well, open. White was given to us here by the game. It's either Dispense Justice or Glimmerpoint Stag, in my opinion. Let's remove some of this stuff. Green has nothing for us in that pack. And colorless options are not very good. There's also no good blue options. I think we'll go with Dispense Justice. Actually, I think we'll go with Glimmerpoint Stag. Even if we don't find a sacrifice outlet, it'll be good with our Spine of Ishsaw and other cards like Treasure Mage, etc. I think it's pretty close, though. Okay. Seems that now we're getting past some green cards. There's also a Skylo School, though, and a Silver Mirror. I think we'll take the School from now. Kind of with the Acid Web Spider, though. Wow. Okay, well, let's look at colors again. There's reds being passed to us. 2 removal spells. That's not a coincidence. We could abandon white. We're not seeing any great white cards. I mean, this card's fine, and this card's fine, but we're seeing some good red cards here. So I think we'll move into red if we can. The question is turn to Slag or Galvanic Blast. I'm thinking in our deck. we could run with the, I guess we'll run with the Galvanic Blast. It's easier to splash if we turn up not being fully red. Let's see here. I guess the best option for us is Trinket Mage. We'll see if we can find we can find some cards that'll hit. There's a Flight Spill Bomb if we don't find anything else. Snap Sail Glider. It needs to be closed. There's nothing I really want here that badly. It's between Snap Sail, Mirror Galvanizer, and Flight Spell Bomb. I think we'll take the flight here, giving ourselves some Trinket Mega action. I certainly don't want to play this Cold Author Ringleader if I don't have to. This Nathosaur is not great, but it'll be effective with Spine if we ever have it, and it's not bad on its own. Okay, Wild Tanglecore's not a bad card. It looks like Poison is semi-open here. Yeah. There's also a Ferivore, also works with Spine of Ishaw, but I like to shore up our defenses first. Okay, so here we can get a Soliton, up our creature count. If we find a heavy Arbalest in the next pack, it'll be nice. I don't like Vedalken Surtark, especially with the lack of artifacts that we have here. Okay, interesting. Prototype Portal is not a bad card, but it's not a great card either. But in a control deck, I think we might be able to use this. Having it even on a Mirror Sire would just be a really nice setup. Little nice roadblock there. None of these cards excite me too much that I'd take it over this. Okay, we can pick up a Plated Sea Strider here. We're not playing a Metalcraft strategy, so I don't see the reason to pick up a Crone Steed here. Let's hope we get a better pack too. We need to see a Shatter and some other cards. It's a late Alpha Tyrannox and a late Moriok Replica.